everyone, and welcome to Julie's Kitchen. Today we're going to be making eggplant meatballs. I figured this was a really good recipe to try to show you what to do with all those extra eggplants that you have growing in your garden right now. So to get started, what I did was I had 2 eggplants here that I chopped up, cubed, and tried to remove some of the seeds. The seeds are kind of what will make the eggplant bitter, so I tried to get out all the big ones that I could. So the next step that we want to do is I want to cook this in a skillet with some olive oil and a little salt. So I have my skillet heating up here. I just want to add some olive oil, and I'm actually going to use some olive oil that I've infused with basil. So I want to give it just a little extra flavor. I want to kind of build some layers of flavor in this. I'm going to add a little olive oil. Bit. And I'm just going to put in just a little fresh garlic. I'll get the oil flavored. And now I'm going to add the eggplant. Stir, kind of get it coated a little bit. Oops, we lost one there. One last bite for us here. I want to add some salt. I said I want to build the flavor a little bit. I'm just stirring it around here just with the olive oil evenly dispersed. And I want to add some water, about 1/4 of a cup, maybe a half. We want this to cook and break down so it becomes nice and soft. I don't really want to get any color on it. I'm just really trying to make it soft and pliable so we can make it into meatballs. So the eggplant is looking good, nice and soft. So what I want to do is take it here out of this pan and transfer it to this shallow pan here, and just put it in the refrigerator for a little bit so it can cool down. It's been about 15 minutes or so it's nice and cool. So I'm going to add that to my bowl. So in my bowl here, I have Italian flavored breadcrumbs and some Parmesan grating cheese. I'm going to add the eggplant. And we have here 1 egg. Salt and pepper. And I have fresh garlic that I'm going to add to it. You can go with this really any way that you want. If you like a little chopped onion, you can put a little chopped onion in here. A little diced bell pepper. There's really a lot you can do that to give it some nice flavor depending on what you're looking for. That was oregano and parsley. And now I'm going to have some basil. I have some fresh basil here that I'm going to use that I cut into ribbons. And it's probably, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 leaves. I'm going to get this all incorporated. I'm smashing it up a little bit, but not too much, because I do like to have a little bit of the chunks. I don't want it to be too mushy. That's just our preference, so if you like yours to be a little bit more softer and not have chunks in it, then by all means, you can smash it up. Now I just want to add also just a little. Okay. So it's all mixed up here. Now we want to start forming our meatballs. And a really good way of doing this is having a little dish with water that keeps your hands a little moist so everything doesn't stick together and makes a nice meatball. I'm going to make mine about that size is what we want. But you could, of course, make these whatever size you and your family enjoy. Okay, so now we're going to take the eggplant meatballs out of the refrigerator. I put them in there to cool for a little bit. They've been in about 10-15 minutes. I wanted them just to kind of firm up a little bit. What we're going to do is we're going to fry them. Now some people like to bake them, which is nice, but we have to like the crust that will form on them, and so that's why we choose to fry them. I don't think there's any really right or wrong way. I think it really just comes down to personal preference. I'm just put them in my oil here. I don't want to crowd them, being that they're really soft, so I don't want to have any issues when I have to go and turn them around a bit. I want to give them some room to work. Yep, and what we're going to do is I'm going to be putting them in my sauce right over here. They don't really have to stay in there too long, just really enough to cook for a few minutes just to get that sauce in them and give them some flavor. You don't want them to fall apart. So this one looks like it's ready to go in. Well, maybe not, but let that wait just a minute on that side. Needs a little crust on it. There we go. What this one does, so it's going to let this drain a little bit. And pop that right down in my sauce. And everything's ready. Alright, so the eggplant meatballs are done. Now it's time to test them. Here you go. Bon appetito. They have really good flavor. And it's nice because they're soft, but there's also a little texture to them. Some of the pieces are a little chunky. Really has plenty of flavor. It's just popping. I can't believe how much flavor it has. I can really taste the basil and the garlic. These are so good. You got to try them. I know you're going to really like them.